Welcome to the HDBaseT Alliance booth here at InfoComm 2014. We invite you to reach new heights with us. Hello everybody, and we want to welcome you to the HDBaseT Alliance's intro to Spec 2.0, our session here that we've got going on at InfoComm 2014. And I'm going to tell you, I hope that you all have been having a great time that we've been here at the show, and we definitely thank you for joining us for today's talk here with Eran Ripple. Now, Eran, he is the Associate Vice President for Products at Valence, and that is one of the companies that founded the HDBaseT Alliance. They're also the supplier of the HDBaseT chipset to market. So I want to welcome you here to the stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer, and thanks everyone for joining us.
Absolutely. So I know you're going to have a lot of things you want to share with us here today, and I'm pretty sure that the folks out here want to learn more about HDBaseT in general, but I have a feeling that you've got something else up your sleeve.
Right. So today we're going to focus our presentation on HDBaseT new spec 2.0. So I'm going to start just describing HDBaseT. So HDBaseT is a standard for connectivity that can connect a source device with a sync device over a category cable. And on that cable, we deliver what we call the 5-play, which is video, audio, Ethernet, control, and power. And later on, I will actually also talk about the new 5-play, which also adds a USB. So the first thing to know about HDBaseT is that we can take this category cable and run it up to 100 meters. So that's about the length of a football field. And we can run it from a source device to a sync device up to 100 meter. And just imagine the simplicity of running this category cable versus the complexity of having to route all these different signals. If you have to find a solution for a VGA and analog and HDMI, and each one of them have to drive them 100 meters away, that will be very problematic, and that will cost you a lot. Okay. Yes. Whereas with HDBaseT, you're just running the category cable, which is really you just plug it on both sides and you're done. And actually, this category cable is you can terminate it on the field just with a clamper. So you don't need to measure your exact installation distance, versus where you go to buy an HDMI cable for 5 feet or 10 feet, you get it already with the headers and that's it. And with the category cable, you just terminate it on the field. It has a locking connector, so it never goes away. And so can you tell me a little bit about what the Alliance is about? So here we're at the HDBaseT Alliance booth at InfoComm, and what you're seeing here and also below the screen, you're seeing all the various members of the HDBaseT Alliance. In fact, we are just announcing at this InfoComm that we passed the 100 member threshold. Ooh. And we actually reached 105 members. Spec 2.0, then what that is going to be the newest version of the original standard specification. Oh, excellent. Okay. So right here at InfoComm, we are announcing the availability of the Coligo chip, which is the new chipset from Valence Semiconductor, which is the first chipset which is HDBaseT Spec 2.0 compatible. So we're going to focus on 4 things. We're going to focus on a USB, on fiber, on multi-streaming, and on 4K. Let's start with the USB. So the newest connector to join the HDBaseT family is this USB connector, which is something new for Spec 2.0. And what HDBaseT supporting USB means is that you can have any PC anywhere that you like, and you can route a category 5 cable up to 100 meters away. And on the other side, you can put just a keyboard, a mouse, and a display, and you'll be able to control that computer from 100 meters away. So here what you're seeing is actually a demo of a KVM, a keyboard, video, and mouse implementation with 2 transmitter box and 2 receiver box. So a single set of keyboard, mouse, and screen are controlling 2 different computers. And that has application in areas such as industrial, where you'll have one room with all sorts of computers and servers, and then you have stations throughout the factory. And the station can just be what we call a 0 terminal. It's just a keyboard, a mouse, and a display. And you just run Cat5 cables throughout your factory. Another interesting use case is the educational market, where you have a teacher and students sharing a screen and a projector and various computers, and you can build very interesting topologies of who is collaborating with who is sharing information with who.
Very cool, very cool. So we've covered the USB on this one. Let's talk about the next one up here. We got fiber next.
Right, so fiber is another thing which is new for HDBaseT Spec 2.0. So until today, you routed all the various signals, and out of the extender card, you just took a category cable out 100 meters away. With Spec 2.0, we're actually adding the ability to add a standard off-the-shelf fiber optics. So now all the benefits of HDBaseT of transferring all the various inputs can now go over fiber, and that has several advantages. The first one being that you can go a much longer distance. You can go several hundreds of meters, even kilometers, without the need to regenerate. It's just a single box and a single link. And that's applicable to very interesting markets, new markets for HDBaseT, like government and military, which are very non-tolerant to electromagnetic noise and interferences, and also from security aspects. And another interesting market is the medical market, where again, applications like MRI machines and CAT scans, they mandate the use of fiber, again, for against any electromagnetic interference.
We talked about the USB and the fiber, but I don't know where this interfacing, where is this coming in?
Right, so the HDBaseT embedded interface actually is what enables multi-streaming. Until today, Spec 1.0, HDBaseT was a point-to-point topology. You had a transmitter and receiver, and that's it. Spec 2.0 actually enables point-to-multipoint and network topologies, which is something completely new. And HDIO, or the HDBaseT interfaces, is part of what enables that. Because today, as we have seen, you take the chip and you go over a category cable. But with an embedded interface, you actually have an onboard HDBaseT bus, and you can connect it to other chip and build very complex topologies that can support multi-streaming and daisy chaining of various devices one after the other. Right, so 4K is all over the show floor. And what you can do with Collega and 4K is, as opposed to the first generation that could deliver 4K only up to 70 meters, the Collega chipset can deliver 4K up to 100 meters. And it does that with a significant more resilience and resistance to noises.
All right, excellent. Well, I'll tell you, all of this looks pretty significant here. USB, fiber, multi-streaming, 4K. Wow, this is pretty incredible. So thank you so much up here. Does anybody have any questions for Iran up here?
What kind of USB is specified? Is it 2.0 or 3.0?
Yeah, it's Spec 2.0. And we support also the devices, keyboard, mouse, webcam, USB storage devices, and so on.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm assuming that you can just connect the output to that to a standard USB hub, because you've got multiple USB devices on that end. So with the mouse and the keyboard, for instance, that's two discrete USB connections. So are you coming out of the receiver?
So the receiver box connects to a hub, and the hub can connect to many devices and to other hubs and so on. You can build a whole USB topology.
Okay.
So how about a touch screen?
Yeah, also supported.
Okay.
When is it available?
So the EVK is available today. The boxes that you see over there, this board is available today. You can order an EVK. Engineering sample is also available, and the mass production date is September of this year.
So what's the power specification? So it does power. Is that just USB or
It's
BOE?
it's a BOH up to 100 watts.
Okay.
So actually, those units here are actually powered by those units there. There is no power supply on this side.
Okay.
What kind of 4K do you support?
4K 60 at 420. It's the same bandwidth as we had in the first specification.
Color reduction.
Sorry?
Reduced color.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
So you said multi-stream, and then you said daisy chain. Is that what the multi-stream meant? It's just you can plug one device into another?
Yes. Two things. Multi-stream means that you can have actually several sources going on a single cat cable. For example, you can have 4 sources of 1080p passing on a single cable. Daisy chaining means that you can daisy chain several displays one after the other and choose whatever you want to show on each display.
I want to thank you so much for your time and attention here. I'd like to invite you to stick around, and you can check out the rest of the HDBaseT Alliance booth. Also, if you'd like to get a little bit more information about HDBaseT, Spec 2.0, and Caligo, or anything else for that matter, then do make sure that you come back here at 4 o'clock. We're going to have the Alliance Meet the Experts happy hour. Thank you so much, Yaron, for being here. We'll give him a round of applause. He did a great job. And we're glad we had you here. Have a great time at InfoComm 2014.